Hello, students. Welcome to carpentry class here at Chuckawalla Valley State Prison. My name is Daniel Sheridan. You can either refer to me as Mr. Sheridan or DJ. Those are the only two things you should refer to me by. If I should hear you refer to me as buddy or friend or something like that, I will be letting you know that that is inappropriate and over familiarity. This class here is carpentry. We start at 6:30 in the morning, and you have until 6:45 to get to class. I do expect you to be in class between 6:30 and 6:45. If you should be coming in late to class, you should have written proof of where you've been and the reason why. Should you not bring written proof and should you come in late to class, that will result in progressive disciplinary procedure, which first will be a verbal warning. Next will be a 128 counseling chrono, and finally, after the third time, it will be a 115 disciplinary chrono. So you do not want time added to your sentence, so obviously it's important to show up to class on time. At the end of the day, we usually dismiss at around 1:15. Class officially goes till 1:30, but it will take you 15 minutes to process through work change after class. We are here Monday through Friday. We do have certain vacation days, and I will let you know exactly when those will be. You should be issuing me as only Mr. Sheridan, okay? Should you need to speak with me, if I am in my office, I ask that you come up to the gate that's outside of my office. You grab my attention either by asking me or waving me down, and I will either come out to you or I will call you into my office. During the day, usually we'll have the shop doors up. People will be working on projects throughout the day. I ask that you stay within the area of the classroom. I will be going around to different projects, doing different lectures. So just make sure that you are staying busy with your curriculum. And again, I should be out on the shop floor should you have any questions on any particular material. Okay, so the first thing to tackle here today is the cleaning schedule. So when you were assigned to this class, you were given a certain position number. That position number correlates to a cleaning schedule that's over by the restroom. That cleaning schedule will have different assignments based on your position number. So every day it is important for you to know what cleaning assignment you have. We do expect those to be done. So if you do not do your cleaning schedule for the day, I will be issuing progressive disciplinary as well too. First will be a verbal warning, next will be a counseling chrono, and then finally after that will be a correctional chrono. So just make sure that you're doing your cleaning assignment for the day, whether it's sweeping, mopping, cleaning tables, all that. You will be working on different projects throughout this class. You will be cutting wood. You might be working with different finishing products. So it is important for you to clean up after yourself. If you make a mess, it is your responsibility to clean it up. It is not the people at the end of the day who have their cleaning assignments. It's not their responsibility to clean up all the sawdust that you made throughout the day. You clean up your own mess. If you do not clean up your own mess, then I will be issuing progressive disciplinary as well too. Asking for material. Now, should you be working on a project, you may need different types of material. If you have an idea for a project, that needs to be submitted to me on paper in drawing form to scale. So when you submit that to me, I also expect you to submit a materials list on what you will be using for that project, okay? Everything has to be approved by me. I have to make sure that our material lasts throughout the year. So just make sure you're doing that appropriately. I will give approval for all those projects, right? If there is a project that's happening that has not been approved by me, I will issue progressive disciplinary, and also whatever that project is will be either destroyed or tried to salvage for scrap, okay? First off, I'm going to go ahead and talk about our tool policy, okay? Being within a prison, obviously we have to be very accountable for the tools that are used as well as the material. So this is our tool policy in this class, okay? First off, you're going to print your name right here. You're going to put your CDC number right there. This top part is the student signature with the date. I will sign at the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and read through this tool agreement that you're going to sign. Okay. So the first point, the tool cage is not open until 7:30. At 7:30 sharp is when we open it. That's when you can go and chit out your tools for the day. We work on a chit system, which I will explain a little bit further. We need one person at a time at the tool cage window. Okay. Know what you need to chit out in advance. We don't want to be taking extra time trying to get all the tools out to the entire class. You are responsible for all the tools that you chit out. Students must have core curriculum complete to chit out power tools. If you do not have the authorization to chit out a power tool, do not ask for one. Tool recall starts at 10 o'clock and 12:15. At 10 o'clock we bring all tools in for lunch. At 12:15 is the close of shop day. That is when we start doing our cleanup for the end of the day. We turn all tools in and we have to do a count on all of the tools. No student will enter the tool room at any time. An automatic 115 disciplinary chrono will be issued. There's no questions asked on that. The only person allowed in the tool cage is myself and the tool clerk. Clean your tools before you turn them in, whether it's brushing them off or using the air hose to spray off all the dust. We want to make sure we keep our tools in good working condition. When you turn your tools in, do not place them on the counter, then walk away. Wait for the tool man to confirm he received and gave you back your chit. Again, you are responsible for all the tools that you turn out. You have to make sure you have your chits at the end of the day. So I'm going to go ahead and explain the chit system and how that works. A chit is a small metal ring. That ring has your position number on it. Whenever you want a tool, the tool man will take that chit and put it on a ring or put it on a hanger that shows that you have chitted out that tool. We check the tools every day. We have to do a count on all tools to make sure they're all present so that no tools are taken out of this classroom. So just make sure that you are accountable for all your chits. You will receive 7 chits at the class. You can either leave them in the tool room or keep them on your person. Just make sure that you are keeping account of all the chits that you have and that you have all 7 accounted for. I'll further expand on the tool rules here. Do not return someone else's tools or use someone else's chits. This is for accountability purposes. If you're using someone else's tools and it breaks, then that person is accountable for it. So just make sure that you're using your own tools and you are not using someone else's chits. If you break a tool, let the instructor know so that it can be logged. We work in construction. Bits break, blades break. So just make sure we're being accountable for all this material. If something breaks, I need you to get all the pieces that are consisted of that. I will know if all the pieces are there. And all that stuff has to be turned into me so that it can be properly accounted for. No tools on Friday without my express permission. Friday usually is a day where I get to log in all my grades, so that is a day where we brush up on all our skills. We do a little bit of extra study on that day as well too. And then absolutely no one is allowed in the hot room. I'm the only one with the key for that room. I'm the only one who's allowed to enter it. An automatic 115 will be issued should you try to go into that hot room. So again, I'm going to need you to go ahead and sign this tool rule and turn that back into me. Next thing is our technology policies. So when you enter this class, we have a computer system that correlates to our NCCR curriculum. There are videos available on that. There is also additional resources that you can use to help you learn the subject of carpentry. So each student, seeing as how we are behind prison walls and you will have limited access to the internet, each student must sign this computer use agreement. The computer work has to be done correlating to your program, so you will have to learn the basics of computer use. I will help you with that, but I'm going to go ahead and read this off. Again, you must sign this and turn this into me before you will be allowed access to the computers. So, the first condition. The following are strictly prohibited, okay? Accessing any computer that's not specifically assigned to you. That means using someone else's login or someone else trying to log in on yours. Deliberate destruction of hardware, software, or data. Installation of software or modification of the operating system. Intentionally modifying or bypassing any software, security, or Windows security settings, access rights. The use of passwords by inmate to limit access to documents, files, folders, programs, or operating systems. Changing a password to any online resource is prohibited unless directed to by staff. possession of removable media, including but not limited to diskettes, flash drives, CDs, DVDs, and hard drives outside of your assigned work area, the creation or modification of any program or the use of any programming language to automate new or existing Word documents or Excel spreadsheets, except when specifically required by the class curriculum. User credentials, username, or password for all learning resources and inmate computer access shall not be shared with anyone. This information is private and for you alone. You should keep your own password as well as your login information. If you should think that anyone else is logging on under your name, it is very important for you to let me know, because if someone is doing illegal activity on the computers and it's under your login information, then you will be held accountable for it because it is your login. So make sure you're not sharing your passwords with anyone. Installing, copying, moving, or accessing of any video, audio, or graphics files except those directly related to the curriculum and approved by the teacher. So, should we find any contraband? Should we find any videos that are not supposed to be on there? Should we find any pornography? You will be expressly held accountable for exactly what is on there, and you will be immediately removed from class. So make sure that you are using these computers for how they're supposed to be used and appropriately. Creating, modifying, or printing any document that is not directly related to the class curriculum, including but not limited to betting, gambling pools, gang-related materials, images, text, offensive materials, images, text, personal correspondence, documents, legal materials, forms, documents or text pertaining to canteen, special purchase, quarterly package, etc. So by signing this agreement, you're agreeing to all these terms. We need to make sure that you're using these computers appropriately, so let's just keep it professional. Okay, again, like I said, you are going to have your own password. That password must be changed every 40 days to the computers. So if you need help changing that password, please let me know. Also, since we do have only 5 computers and 27 students in this class, there is a computer use rotation schedule that will be posted at the beginning of the day. Everyone who wants to use the computer will sign up on that sheet. I will make a order of each student that will get a minimum of 2.5 hours on the computer for that day. So if you want to use the computers, please sign up on that sheet so that I can put you into the rotation for that day. You will be having to complete a pre-test before you take your actual NCCR test, so make sure you are signing up on the sign-in sheet for the NCCR test and you get your pre-test done before the test date. Should you not have your pre-test done before the test date, you will not be allowed to take an NCCR test. Also, using other students' tools. This is a big thing. We do work in groups from time to time outside. You will be working on projects with other people. So, if you have a community tool or what's considered a community tool, such as a saw or a cord or something like that, if it is on your chit, I expect you to know who is using it and if they are using it appropriately. Ultimately, you are the person who decides on how that tool will be used. If there's any disagreements on usage of tools, those should be taken directly to me, not try and be resolved between students. I'm the final say on how tools are used, so just make sure you're bringing any issues to me. Lastly, I'll just kind of close this out. We're a very professional class. We run very efficiently. As you can see, we have a lot of projects going on right now. You will build a full-size house in this class: floor systems, wall systems, ceiling, roofing, doors, windows, finished trim, moldings, cabinetry. All the different aspects of carpentry will be covered in this class. I expect students to communicate in an effective manner with each other and respectful manner with each other. This is kind of a safe haven outside of the yard. Students enjoy coming to this class and using these facilities and learning this program. So I expect that all students will add to that environment and not take away from it. When we start having students who start to make distractions from the class, I will address those issues, and oftentimes those students do not put forth enough effort to continue in the class. So if you should need help with any of the material, please come to me directly for it. I'm available. I will try to give you as much of a real-world experience as I possibly can, but I look forward to working with you all. Thank you very much.